guys, hope you're doing well and welcome back to the fourth lesson of American idioms. سلام بچه‌ها، امیدوارم حالتون خوب باشه و خوش اومدین به درس چهارم American idioms. امیدوارم که درس قبل رو دیده باشین. تا اون جایی که من فهمیدم این درس های American idioms خیلی مورد استقبالتون قرار گرفته، چرا که هم خیلی راحتن، هم ساده هستن، هم به شدت پرکاربرده و هم کسایی که طرفدار تیوی شوها و برنامه‌های آمریکایی هستن. حالا مثل تیوی شوهای مثل الان دیجنرس، جیمی فالن یا سریال زیاد میبینن مثل فرندز، حالا یا هر سریال دیگه که میبینین، این اصطلاح‌ها و عبارت‌ها به شدت در محاوره روزانه افرادی که زبان انگلیسی آمریکایی صحبت میکنن استفاده میشه و کاربرده. پس چه بهتر که شما هم یادش بگیریم و بتونین ازشون استفاده بکنیم. اما اگر که دکمه قرمز سابسکرایبرش کلیک بکنین و زنگوله بغلش رو هم بزنین، شما همیشه اول نفر خواهید بود که ویدیو ما رو میبینین، لذت میبرین و کلی مطالب آموزشی خوب ازش یاد میگیرین. خب This lesson is a discussion between two friends. I highly recommend you guys to watch this video because you can learn how to discuss something with your friend, specifically when you're kind of like angry about each other. So we're gonna learn about 32 different idioms and phrases that you can easily use them while discussing something with somebody. درس چهارم American idioms بچه‌ها بحث و جدله. دو تا دوست دارن با هم بحث میکنن، خیلی خوبه میتونین 32 تا عبارت و فریزی که حالا اکثرش در رابطه با بحث کردن سر یه موضوع، مثلا تو چرا این کار کردی، تو چرا اونجوری کردی، من اینجوری گفتم تو یه جور دیگه برداشت کردی، مثلا از این چیزا یاد بگیریم. پس خیلی خوب هستش، بهتون به شدت توصیه میکنم که این ویدیو رو ببینین. بچه درس این سری رو من توی 3 تا تخته میخوام بهتون توضیح بدم، به خاطر اینکه خیلی گفته بودین که تخته تو درس‌های قبلی چرا انقدر ریزه و من دیدم چون این 32 تا عبارته براتون تو 3 تا تخته توضیحش میدم. اما قبل از اینکه بریم سراغ تخته، بریم با هم درس امروز رو ببینیم متنشو و بشنویم و برگردیم.
Don't we get off here at this exit? Beats me. You said you had the directions covered. Yeah, but I'm also driving right now. Just look in the glove compartment. I think I put them in there. They're not here. They should be. Let me see. Oh man, I took them out to double check something and forgot to put them back in. It must have slipped my mind. So we're lost? That's great. It's no big deal. We can call or ask someone for directions. This is typical. Why did you say you'd handle the directions if you weren't going to handle them? Look who's talking. The only reason I said I'd handle them is because I knew you couldn't be counted on. Me? You gotta be kidding. You're the one who doesn't give a damn about anyone around you. All right, let's not fly off the handle here. We just need to get directions. There's no reason to make a mountain out of a molehill. What's the deal? Come on, if you have a bone to pick with me, don't beat around the bush. Let's get it out in the open before we get to Aunt Helen's place. All right, fine. I think you've become a bit of a slacker lately. You think I'm a slacker? That's a bit harsh. Why would you say something like that? What's eating you? Well, for instance, last week you needed to borrow one of my shirts for work because you didn't bother to plan ahead and buy one yourself. It's just a shirt. Are you really that bent out of shape over my borrowing a shirt? You need to lighten up a bit, Rob. It's not just the shirt, Andrew. It's that you lean on everyone else and expect them to pick up your slack. You don't take responsibility. You're always passing the buck. That's insane. I needed a shirt for a new job. If I were such a slacker, I wouldn't even have a job. Okay, let's talk about the job then. What about it? Well, I got you that job. I hooked you up with a great job at a place where I've worked for 3 years. And I've thanked you for it like 1,000 times. Yeah, but what you do there reflects on me. If you screw up, it really gives me a bad name. How am I screwing up? I work my tail off there. Sometimes, yeah, but you also sit around twiddling your thumbs a lot too. Oh, that's bull. No, it's true. And you also seem to find a lot of time to chat up the pretty girls who walk in instead of doing your job. I'm a salesman. I'm supposed to talk with the customers. But it's the same thing at home. You're still living with mom and dad, and you hardly ever lift a finger around the house to help out. You're 22 years old, and your room looks like a train wreck. You don't even pitch in with groceries. That's not true at all. And how would you know? You're not even there. I have eyes, Andrew. I can see. You still act like a child sometimes. Oh, you need to get off your high horse, Rob. You're the one acting like a child. You're still trying to show everyone up like little Mr. Perfect. You were a goody-goody as a kid and you haven't changed since. Hey, what do you know? What? While we were at each other's throats, you somehow managed to get us to Aunt Helen's. Oh, yeah, that's her house there. Pretty good for such a slacker. Just park the car and give it a rest for now. Gladly. Just don't criticize my parking job. Ugh, a ride home is gonna be long.
خب همونطور که دیدین بچه‌ها خیلی جالب بود. من واقعا عاشق این درسم و کلی لذت میبرم. بهتون گفتم از این درس میتونین به شدت برای تکنیک شراینگ استفاده بکنین و براتون هم توضیح دادم چه تکنیک دیگه نمیگم چون وقت گرفته میشه. هی یه ذره پازش کنین، پشت سرش تکرار کنین، پاز کنین، پشت سرش تکرار کنین. یا اگه نه میتونین وقتی بیرونین تو گوشتون هندزفری بزنین گوش کنین، تو ترافیکین گوش کنین. خیلی 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 به درد میخوره. Let's go through the first word. The first word of the first word is phrase is better say. Beats me. Beats me. Beats me means I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. I have no idea.
Beats me.
For example, hey Sally, do you know the answer to this question? Beats me. Hey Sally, جواب این سوال رو میدونی؟ نمیدونم. Beats me. I don't know. I have no idea. Number 2, to have something covered. To have something covered means to be responsible for something. To be responsible for something.
You said you had the directions covered.
For example, imagine that you're doing a group project for your university with 3 of your friends. The project has 3 different parts. Part A, Part B, Part C. You're doing Part B. So you tell your friend or you tell your groupmate that, hey, Jonathan, I am doing Part B. I have Part B covered. So you go through Part A and Sally, you go through Part C, for instance. Okay? فرض کنین که دارین یه گروپ پروژکت واسه تدریساتون انجام میدین. پروژهتون 3 قسمت داره، A و B و C. تو به دوستت میگی که ببین من دارم رو پارت B کار میکنم. I'm doing part B or I'm working on part B. I have part B covered. من مسئول بخش B هستم. You go through part A. تو برو سراغ پارت A and Sally, you go through part C. تو برو سراغ پارت C. Okay? Number 3, to slip someone's mind. To slip someone's mind means to forget. To forget.
It must have slipped my mind.
کسایی که تو اینستاگرام دنبالمون میکنن میدونن که من این عبارت رو با چند تا عبارت دیگه بهتون یاد داده بودم. And it's so practical. This one is so practical. Let me just put this star here for you. So to slip someone's mind means to forget. For example, have you taken your laptop with you? Oh my God, it literally slipped my mind. It literally slipped my mind. لپتاپتو با خودت آوردی؟ وای کاملا از ذهنم پاک شد، کاملا از ذهنم فراموش شد. بچه پرونانسیشن این لغت رو دقت کنید. slip نمیگم sleep. sleep یعنی خوابیدن. اگه یادتون باشه رو چارتی که داشتم صداهای وول های مختلف رو بهتون یاد میدم اینا رو گفته بودم. Number 4. Wow, I really like number 4. Look who's talking. Look who's talking. Guys, look who's talking is an expression of irony. I'm going to explain it to you in a couple of minutes. Look who's talking. This phrase is an expression of irony.
Look who's talking.
For example, imagine that you're supposed to meet your friend at 9 o'clock in the morning. Your bus comes a little bit late, let's say for 20 minutes late. And then you get there at 9:20. Your friend is a type of a friend who's always late. Like whenever you want to go out with your friends, he is the last one to arrive. When you get there, he'll start saying things like, why are you so late? I've been waiting for you for 20 minutes. You're like this, you're like that, blah, blah, blah. You should be on time from now on. And then you say, oh, wow, look who's talking about being on time. Look who's talking about being on time. فرض کنین که ساعت 9 صبح با دوستتون میخوایم بریم بیرون، اتوبوستون 20 دقیقه دیر میاد، 9 و 20 دقیقه میرسین. بعد دوستتون از این آدماست که همیشه همه جا دیر میره، یعنی آخرین نفری که میرسه. میرسین اونجا دوستتون میگه که بله من کجایی، من 20 دقیقه منتظرتم، تو اینجوری تو اونجوری تو اونجوری، میدونی چیه، تو باید از این بعد آن تایم باشی. بعد تو بهش نگاه میکنی میگی که واو look who's talking about being on time. ببین کی داره از به موقع بودن حرف میزنه. irony بچه یعنی یه حس طعنه‌ای که به طرف میزنی، یعنی خود طرف بدقوله، همیشه دیر میاد، بعد داره به تو درس زود اومدن رو میده. توی این شرایط وقتی طرف خودش یه خصوصیت اخلاقی داره که داره تو رو راجع به اون نصیحت میکنه، میگی که oh look who's talking about حالا اون چیز. Look who's talking about being on time. Look who's talking about being punctual. Look who's talking about being tidy. Or look who's talking about being, I don't know, studious. درس خون. حالا این از این. Number 5. To not give a damn. To not give a damn. To not care about something. To not care about something.
You're the one who doesn't give a damn about anyone around you.
قبلا بچه من بهتون اینو یاد داده بودم و بهتون گفته بودم که بعضی وقتا به جای damn یه چیز دیگه هم که با sh شروع میشه 4 حرفی هم هست. آره 4 حرفیه. میتونیم استفاده بکنیم و اگه میخوام بگم به چیزی اهمیت نمیدم حرف اضافهش about هستش. To not give a damn about something. و دقت کنیم pronunciationش damn نمیگم damn. اوکی انش هم pronounce میشه. For example, your friend comes to you saying that yesterday I went out with Julia. Actually, she was talking a lot behind your back. And then you say, Julia? You know what? I don't give a damn about her. I don't give a damn about her. Let her say whatever she wants. I don't care. مثلا دوستتون میاد میگه که ببین من دیروز رفته بودم پیش جولیا، یه عالمه داشت پشتت حرف میزد. بعد تو میگی جولیا من اصلا بهش اهمیتی نمیدم، بذار هر چی دوست داره بگه. Let her say whatever she wants. I don't care. بذار هر چیزی که میخواد بگه، هر چی میخواد بشه، من اهمیت نمیدم. Number 6. This is again very practical. And also the previous one. I really love these ones. I really love these ones. Number 6. To fly off the handle. To fly off the handle means to become extremely agitated or angry. To become extremely agitated or angry.
All right, let's not fly off the handle here.
To fly off the handle. Now you know the meaning of it. To become very angry. To become very angry. Nowadays, I easily fly off the handle at the slightest thing. Nowadays, I easily fly off the handle at the slightest thing. جدیداً من به راحتی به شدت عصبانی میشم حتی از یه چیز کوچیک. At the slightest thing. At the slightest thing. جدیداً شدیداً از چیز کوچیک عصبانی میشم. Number 7. We have the exact thing in Farsi. This one. To make mountain of a molehill. To make mountain of a molehill means to exaggerate. to make a big deal out of something. To make a big deal out of something.
There's no reason to make a mountain out of a molehill.
For example, why are you making mountain of a molehill? It's not a big deal. Or you know what? I think that you're making mountain of a molehill. It's not a big deal. میدونی چی فکر میکنم؟ داری از کوه میسازی. این چیز مهمی هم نیست. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. بهتون قبلا یاد داده بودم to make a big deal out of something. دقیقا میتونه هممعنی این باشه. اینم که توی 504 بهتون یاد داده بودم. بچه molehill میدونین چیه؟ دیدین بعضی وقتا تو مثلا خاک یه تیکه خاک کوچولو مثلا در اومده، بعد مثلا بعضی وقتا این موشای موش خاکی بهش میگن، چیه خاکی بهش میگن؟ میرن تو میان بیلون من دیگه توانایی هم دارم از اسم اون بوته که نمیگن بهش، اون یه تیکه این شکلیه. آقا بذارید من نمیدونم چیه این. مثلا فکر کنی این خاکه، این یه تیکه مثلا خاک زده بیرون، این مولهیله. molehill. mountain هم که میشه کوه. از یه چیز انقدر کوه ساختن یا هم از کاه کوه ساختن خودمونه. Number 8. To have a bone to pick with someone. To have a bone to pick with someone means to have a problem or complain about something. Or when you want to complain about something that someone has done. To have a bone to pick with somebody.
Come on, if you have a bone to pick with me, don't beat around the bush.
Let me tell you a point first. We usually use this phrase at the beginning of a sentence. At the beginning of a sentence. For example, honestly, I have a bone to pick with you. You know, you shouldn't have done that to me. Because you're my best friend. It was just not the right move. میدونی چیه؟ من میخوام سر این موضوع رو با تو بحث کنم. یه مشکلی دارم میخوام باهات در میون بذارم. دقیقاً همین. یه مشکلی دارم میخوام باهات در میون بذارم. تو نباید اون کارو میکردی. تو دوست صمیمی منی. اون حرکت خوبی نبود. You shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have done it. Or, oh wait, I have a bone to pick with you. Why didn't you fill up my tank after you borrowed my car? ببخشید من یه مشکل دارم میخوام با تو در میون بذارم یا میخوام سر این موضوع رو باز کنم. چرا باک بنزین منو پر نکردی وقتی ماشینمو قرض گرفتی؟ مثلا این جمله که دومی که گفتم خیلی به کار میره. Number 9. To get something out in the open. To get something out in the open. نگاه کنین. To get something out in the open means to discuss something openly. To discuss something openly.
Let's get it out in the open before we get to Aunt Helen's place.
Actually, this phrase has another meaning. It also means to reveal someone's secret or to let the cat out of the bag that I taught you before. So, to discuss something openly or to reveal one's secret or to let the cat out of the bag. بچه to get something out in the open میشه یه چیز رو فیصله دادن. آقا این مشکل رو داریم تا اوپنه، تا بازه، بیا حلش کنیم تموم شه بره. دوم معنیش اینه که راز یک کسی رو، یه رازی رو، بهتر بگیم یه رازی رو بخوایم فاش بکنیم. یادتونه قبلا توی ایدیم حیونا یاد دادم وقتی میگیم گربه رو از کیسه فرار میدیم یعنی چه این رازی که فاش کردن to let the cat out of the bag. با این اولیه بخوایم بریم مثلا فکر کنین که you're having a discussion with your friend and you're just tired of discussing and arguing. Then you tell your friend, okay, you know what? Let's get it out in the open. I'm tired of discussing. Let's get it out in the open. I'm tired of discussing or I'm tired of arguing with you. میدونید چیه؟ بیا تا همینجا هستش موضوع رو فیصله بدیم بره. خب حالا an example for the other meaning, which is to reveal someone's secret, is that hey Julia, I need to get something out in the open. I went out with my ex-girlfriend. میدونی جولیا، من یه چیزی رو باید بهت بگم، یه رازی رو باید بگم. من با دوست دختر قبلیم رفتم بیرون. مثلا نمیدونم واقعا تو ذهنم این اومد دیگه. So I need to get it out in the open. Number 10. Whoa. I really love number 10. Slacker. Slacker means a lazy, irresponsible person. A lazy, irresponsible person. یک فرد به شدت تنبل و غیر قابل مسئولیت یا مسئولیت ناپذیر.
I think you've become a bit of a slacker lately.
For example, you've been such a slacker recently. جدیداً چه تنبل و غیر قابل مسئولیت ناپذیر شدی. You've been such a slacker recently. And the last phrase of the first board, which is again so practical, I taught you before, to be eating someone. To be eating someone means to bother someone.
What's eating you?
For example, you go out with your friend, he is not talking to you. It's been almost 2 hours that you're out together and he hasn't said anything. He's just like, and then you say, look, hey, what's wrong? What's eating you? Just let it out. What's wrong? What's eating you? Just let it out. با دوستت رفتی بیرون 2 ساعت اینجوری نشسته، بهش میگی که ببین مشکل چیه؟ چی داره میخورتت؟ چی داره اذیتت میکنه؟ Just let it out. بریزش بیرون. Or what's eating you? Let's get it out in the open. چی داره اذیتت میکنه؟ بیا تا مثلا مشکل همینجا هستیم مشکل رو حلش کنیم. بره همونطور که بهتون گفتم 32 تا 32 منهای 11 میشه چقدر؟ میشه 21. 21 یه عبارت دیگه مونده که توی تخته بعدی و تخته بعدش میریم سراغش. پس بریم و با هم دیگه برگردیم. خب بچه بریم سراغ تخته دوم and the 12th phrase, or let's say the 12th idiom. Bent out of shape. Bent out of shape means annoyed by something or bothered by something. Bent out of shape.
Are you really that bent out of shape over my borrowing a shirt?
معمولا بچه توی زبان انگلیسی قبل از bent get میارن. To get bent out of shape. To get bent out of shape. ولی اینجا توی متنی که به کار برده، یعنی تو متنی که اینو به کار برده get رو نیاورده و اینو به عنوان یک adjective phrase استفاده کرده. Let's say فکر کنم نمیدونم دقیقاً توش چی میگه ولی میگه که why are you bent out of shape or something like that. I cannot exactly recall it, but I guess he says why are you bent out of shape or something similar. But we commonly use this phrase, or let's say use this idiom with get at the beginning. To get bent out of shape. For example, he got all bent out of shape when I told him that he couldn't use my car. He got all bent out of shape when I told him that he couldn't use my car. اون خیلی دمق شد، اخماش رفت تو هم وقتی که بهش گفتم نمیتونی از ماشینم استفاده کنی. پس معمولا میگیم get bent out of shape. Out of shape. خب مثالی هم که من زدم با get بود. دمق شدن، جوری اخماش تو هم رفتن. Number 13. To lighten up. To lighten up means to take a more casual or relaxed attitude.
You need to lighten up a bit, Rob.
For example, you're in a party and your friend is just standing in a corner doing nothing. You go to her and tell her, come on, lighten up. Let's enjoy our time. Come on, lighten up. Let's enjoy our time. مثلا رفتیم با دوستت مهمونی، دوستت اینجوری یه گوشه وایساده هیچ کاری نمیکنه، میری بهش میگه که بابا یه ذره ریلکس کن، یه ذره مثلا حال و هوا عوض کن، بیا از زمانمون لذت ببریم. Lighten up or lighten up. To lean on. To lean on. That we usually say to lean on something or to lean on somebody means to rely on or to count on. To rely on, to count on.
It's that you lean on everyone else.
For example, why are you all the time looking for somebody to lean on? You can be so independent by yourself. Why are you all the time looking for somebody to lean on? You can be so independent by yourself. تو چرا همش دنبال یکی میگردی که بهش ریلای بکنی، بهش تکیه کنی؟ تو خودت میتونی یه آدم مستقل باشی. To pick up someone's slack. To pick up someone's slack. بچه این خیلی 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 در American English استفاده میشه. To pick up someone's slack. To pick up someone's slack means to compensate for somebody else's shortcomings. To compensate for somebody else's shortcomings. معنیش میشه که کوتاهی یک کس دیگر رو تو جبران کنی، تو جوابش رو بدی. shortcoming یعنی کوتاهی کردن یک کس دیگه. someone else's shortcoming. کوتاهی یک کس دیگه.
And expect them to pick up your slack.
Why should I always pick up your slack? I'm just so sick of it. Why should I always pick up your slack? I'm just so sick of it. من چرا همیشه باید کوتاهی تو رو جبران کنم؟ I'm just so sick of it. من دیگه خیلی از این خسته شدم. Number 16. To pass the bucket. Sorry. To pass the buck. To pass the buck. میدونیم چرا bucket گفتم؟ چون something similar to this is to kick the bucket. یعنی کسی که فوت میکنه idiom این فرمالش میشه to kick the bucket. یه لحظه ناخودآگاه اومد تو ذهنم. So to pass the buck. To pass the buck means to put the blame on somebody else. To put the blame on somebody else.
You don't take responsibility. You're always passing the buck.
وقتی یک دلیل کار اشتباه تو میذاری رو دوش کس دیگه. مثلا یک کار اشتباهی میکنی، پس باک میکنی. یعنی میگی فلانی این کارو کرد، من نکردم، فلانی کرد. اشتباه خودتو نمیپذیری و میگی فلانی مقصر بود، من کاری نکردم. For example, don't try to pass the buck. It's your responsibility, not mine. Don't try to pass the buck. It's your responsibility, not mine. سعی نکن که اینو بندازی رو دوش من. مسئولیت توه. مسئولیت من نیست. Number 17. To hook someone up with something. To hook someone up with something means to arrange for something to have to arrange for somebody to have something or to create a situation or to create, let's say, to create an opportunity for somebody to have something or to get something.
I hooked you up with a great job at a place where I've worked for 3 years.
For example, my professor at the university literally hooked me up with that human resources manager in that great company. He's such a nice person. My professor at the university literally hooked me up with that human resources manager in that great company. He is such a great guy or great man. استاد دانشگاهم کاملا برای من یک شرایطی رو به وجود آورد که من با مدیر بخش نیروی انسانی اون شرکت ملاقات بکنم، مثلا که کار بگم عجب آدم خوبیه. پس وقتی یک کسی شما رو هوکاپ میکنه با چیزی، یعنی از اون موقعیت خودش استفاده میکنه که برای شما چیزی رو فراهم بکنه. Number 18. To screw up. Wow, so practical. To screw up. من ماژیکم نسبت به تخته قبلی عوض شد. To screw up means to make a mistake. To make a mistake.
If you screw up, it really gives me a bad name.
It's so practical. Very, very practical. You screwed up again? Well done. دوباره گند زدی؟ آفرین. ببخشید از این واژه استفاده میکنم ولی تو محاوره یعنی این. You screwed up again? Well done. Nice job. دوباره خرابش کردی، گند زدی، آفرین، باریکلا. To give someone a bad name. To give someone a bad name means to give someone a bad reputation. To give someone a bad reputation.
If you screw up, it really gives me a bad name.
I have a very, very good example for this one. A lot of people have no idea how the business functions in real world. They don't know how to keep the track of their business. So when they see a person is very, very successful in what he or she is doing, and they realize that they're not as good as that person, they become a little bit jealous. They react. How they react? They start destroying that person's reputation. They start picking on that person. They start defaming that person. Why? Because they don't know different strategies. They don't know different alternatives. They think that, okay, well, if I destroy this person's image, if I destroy this person's reputation, people will see me. But my dear friend, what you do doesn't affect that person. It is directly affecting you. What you do doesn't give that person a bad name. It is giving you a bad name. Just have it as a little bit of advice, okay? Try to find another strategy to be successful. مثالی که براتون زدم بچه مثال تو دنیای واقعی کسب و کار زیاد دیده میشه. وقتی یکی میبینه که خیلی‌ها متاسفانه نمیدونن که کسب و کار و بیزنس چجوری عمل میکنه. وقتی میبینن یکی خوبه و اون طرف به اندازه اون فرد یا اون شرکت به اندازه شرکت دیگه خوب نیست، میان چیکار میکنن؟ البته این روشی که دارم میگم روش هموطنیه ها، یعنی تو خارج از کشور اصلا دیده نمیشه. اصلا توی 21st century مارکتینگ همچین چیزی اصلا خنده داره شما بیانش کنی. میان طرف رو پیدا میکنن تا جایی که میتونن خرابش میکنن، ایمیجش و رپیوتیشنش و همه چیش رو خراب میکنن که چیکار کنن؟ دیده بشن. ولی نمیدونن که با این کار اون فرد اصلا آسیب نمیمونه، اون فرد سر جای خودش هست، اون فرد به کارش ادامه میده، خودشونو دارن خراب میکنن. دوست عزیز من، کاری که تو میکنی اون فرد رو بدنام نمیکنه، وجهش رو خراب نمیکنه، داره وجه خودت رو خراب میکنه. پس نکن. اینو به عنوان یه نصیحت داشته باش. یه استراتژی دیگه برای موفق شدن پیدا کن. آدمای دیگر رو خراب نکن. اینو من میگم چون زیاد دیدم و نمیدونم چرا آدما این کارو میکنن. جز این که دارین نقطه ضعفتون رو نشون میدین، جز این که دارین نشون میدین چقدر پیگیرین، هیچ کار دیگه نمیکنین. Let's go through the next one. To work your tail off. To work your tail off means to work very hard. To work very hard.
I work my tail off there.
I guess I told you something similar to this before. Instead of tail, you can use another word. I'm not going to say what that word is, but it's like very, very informal. Don't use it ever. To work your tail off means to work very hard, as you can see. I haven't heard from you in a month. Where have you been? I'm just so sorry. I'm so busy. I've been working my tail off. I've been working my tail off. کجایی بابا؟ هیچ خبری ازت نیست. ببخشید من خیلی درگیر بودم. من همینجوری دارم به سختی کار میکنم. I've been working my tail off. 21. To twiddle your thumbs. To twiddle your thumbs means to do nothing.
But you also sit around twiddling your thumbs a lot too.
To do nothing. بچه این twiddle کردنه. Twiddle. کسی که بیکاره میشنه رو میزنین دستش رو اینجوری میکنه. To twiddle your thumbs. یعنی نشستی بیکاری. You're sitting here twiddling your thumbs, doing nothing while I'm working my tail off. تو نشستی اینجا هیچ کاری نمی‌کنی، داری انگشتاتو اینجوری می‌کنی، من دارم به سختی کار می‌کنم. بچه‌ها بعضی وقتا دو تا چیزی که هم معنی هستن یا دو تا عبارت یا دو تا لغتی که هم معنی هستن کنار هم میارم. مثلا من الان گفتم که you're sitting here twiddling your thumbs, doing nothing. دیدین دو تا عبارتی که هم معنی رو آوردم. And the last word of the second word is bull. Bull. بچه bull همون bull هستش که بلند نگفتم.
Oh, that's bull.
Nonsense. It's just a bull. I don't believe it. It's just a bull. I don't believe it. این فقط یه حرف بی محتواه، بی معنیه، با عقل جور در نیاده. I don't believe it. باورش نمی کنم. پس bull مخفف یعنی همون چیزی که الان بهتون گفتم هستش. اینم از تخته دوم. بریم و با 10 تا عبارت آخر تو تخته قبلی 11 تا اینجا هم حدوداً 10-11 تا گفتیم. فکر کنم 10-11 تا دیگه‌اش مونده. بریم و با هم دیگه برگردیم. و اما بریم سراغ آخرین تخته و ببینیم که توی این تخته چیا رو میخوایم با هم دیگه یاد بگیریم. Number 23. To chat somebody up. To chat somebody or someone up means to show interest in somebody by making conversation. To show interest in somebody by making conversation.
And you also seem to find a lot of time to chat up the pretty girls.
وقتی که از یکی خوشت میاد میخوای بری باهاش سر صحبت رو باز کنی. وقتی یکی با بقیه چراب میکنه یعنی چی کار میکنه؟ داره همش باهاشون حرف زنه. معمولا وقتی چراب رو میگیم که از طرف خوشت بیاد، یه مثلا کششی بهش داشته باشیم. مثلا The whole day John was chatting my friend up and buying her drinks. The whole day John was chatting my friend up and buying her drinks. کل روز جان داشت با دوست من چراب میکرد، سر صحبت رو باز میکرد، حرف میزد و براش نوشیدنی میخرید. Number 24. To lift a finger. To lift a finger means to offer help. To offer help. This is so practical.
And you hardly ever lift a finger around the house to help out.
For example, don't you really want to lift a finger? Don't you really want to lift a finger? واقعا نمیخوای یه کمکی بکنی؟ یه انگشت بلند کردن یعنی چی؟ یعنی یه کمکی بکن دیگه. Don't you really want to lift a finger? واقعا نمیخوای یه کمک بکنی؟ It's better for you to lift a finger. I really need help. It's better for you to lift a finger. I really need help here. Number 25. To look like a train wreck. To look like a train wreck means to be very messy. To be very messy.
Your room looks like a train wreck.
Oh my God. Your room looks like a train wreck. Your room looks like a train wreck. او خدای من، اتاق تو خیلی آشفته بازاره. To look like a train wreck. خیلی آشفته، در هم بر هم، کثیف، نامنظم. Number 26. To pitch in. To pitch in. To assist and share a responsibility. To assist and share a responsibility.
You don't even pitch in with groceries.
بچه دقت کنیم pitch no pitch. Pitch. To pitch in. If we pitch in, it won't take a long time for us to finish this project. If we pitch in, it won't take a long time for us to finish this project. اگر ما همدیگر رو کمک کنیم و مسئولیت ها رو با هم شیر بکنیم، زمان زیادی برامون نمیگه که این پروژه رو تموم کنیم. Pitch in. To share responsibility. مسئولیت رو با همدیگه بین همدیگه تقسیم کردن. Number 27. To get off your high horse. To get off your high horse.
You need to get off your high horse, Rob.
بچه تصور کنین. It's a horse. It's you. Get off your high horse means to stop acting superior. To stop acting superior. Like, I'm very good. I'm like this. I'm like that. از اسبت بیا پایین. یعنی انقدر از بالا به همه نگاه نکن. Just get off your high horse and be a little bit humble. Get off your high horse and be a little bit humble. از اون اسب بلند و بالات بیا پایین و یه ذره چیز باش. فروتن باش. Be a little bit humble. Humble. Or down to earth. Exactly بچه آفرین. متضاد این میشه to be down to earth. فکر کنم رو قبلا بهتون یاد دادم. To be down to earth. To be down to earth. Number 28. To show somebody up. To show somebody up means to try to appear better than someone else. To try to appear better than someone else.
You're still trying to show everyone up like little Mr. Perfect.
Oh my God. Number 29. I really like this one. Goody goody. Goody goody. A way to compliment a very good and responsible person.
You were a goody-goody as a kid and you haven't changed since.
بچه‌ها این ممکنه تداعی معانی مختلفی داشته باشه. من یکیشو نوشتم. A way to compliment a very good and responsible person. دیدی مثلا میگن که تو بچه بودی، فرد مورد علاقه خانواده بودی، مثلا 2 خواهر برادرن، بعد خواهر همیشه بچه بوده، هم گفت قربونت برم خوشگله، مثلا عزیزم تو چقدر خوبی، چقدر درس خونی، چقدر اینجوری. برادر شیطون بوده، همیشه میگفت آها عزیز دردونه، عزیز دردونه. You were always the goody goody kid. You were always the goody goody kid. means تو همیشه اون فرد مورد علاقه خانم، تو همیشه اونی بودی که مسئولیت پذیر بوده، خیلی خوب بوده. Number 30. To be at someone's throat. To be at someone's throat. To be fighting with somebody. To be fighting with somebody.
While we were at each other's throats, you somehow managed to get us to Aunt Helen's.
این خیلی بیشتر اینجوری استفاده میشه که بگیم to be at each other's throat. My brothers are always at each other's throat. My brothers are always at each other's throat. برادرای من همیشه با همدیگه جنگ و دعوا دارن. یعنی چی؟ یعنی همیشه گلوی همو میگیرن. گلوی همو میگیرن یا همیشه رو گلوی همدیگه هستن. درست نیست word by word معنی کنیم دیگه، درسته؟ یعنی چی؟ همش با هم دعوا دارن. My brothers are always at each other's throat. At each other's throat. 31. To give someone a rest. To give someone a rest means to stop doing something. To stop doing something. To stop doing an activity.
Just park the car and give it a rest for now.
For example, you're working and studying so hard. I guess it's better for you to give yourself a rest or to give yourself a little rest. تو خیلی داری سخت درس میخونی یا کار میکنی، به نظر من وقتشه که یه کوچولو به خودت استراحت بدی. I guess it's time for you to give yourself a rest or a little rest. بچه 32 تا نبود 31 بود. من برای 32می براتون قلب میکشم تقدیم شما. خب اینم از درس چهارم. من دیگه میدونین من عاشق این سری درس هامون هستم، کلی دوستش دارم. میتونین به راحتی از تکنیک شادوینگ براش استفاده بکنین. لازم نیست همش رو یاد بگیرین، تو هر درس 2 تا هم یاد بگیرین، 2 تا هم استفاده کنین. That's enough. That's all I want from you. And don't forget to practice. Don't forget to share your comments down here with us because you really make me feel happy. امیدوارم که از این درس لذت برده باشین و عکس تخته داخل چنل تلگرام هست که لینکش تو دسکریپشن قرار گرفته. Till another American idioms. Love you guys so much. Take care. See you soon and bye-bye.